Florence is a unique city in the world, one of those destinations that every traveler or tourist should visit at least once in their life. Anyone arriving in the city for the first time cannot help but be amazed by the cathedral, Giotto's bell tower and the baptistry all together in a small plot of land. It's no coincidence that the very famous Stendhal syndrome was diagnosed here for the first time. It's incredible to think how a whole series of events and characters were concentrated in this city, which contributed significantly to the history of the whole of Europe and certainly also of the whole world. Florence, which became the cradle of the Renaissance and culture, the starting point for a new era. Florence, which under the Medici dynasty became a sort of open-air museum and often played an enormous role in the politics of the period thanks to its sagacity and cunning of its rulers. This city exudes history in every corner, and every street. Every neighborhood tells an incredible story linked to events and characters that have made it famous throughout the world. Florence of Dante, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Giotto, but also Lorenzo the Magnificent and Machiavelli. But they are only the tip of the iceberg of the many characters who contributed to the glory and magnificence of Florence. Florence and the character of its citizens, the irony and pride of belonging to this city has always distinguished the Florentines, who carried the name of Florence high throughout Europe. In the past, a famous pope defined the Florentines as the fifth element because in every court in Europe they were present in the most varied and important roles. This channel wants to pay homage and tell stories, unusual facts, anecdotes and curiosities that the visitor may not always know and that not many people remember anymore. We will try with lightness and passion to tell about another Florence unknown to the most hasty tourists. The Florence that in 1300 was considered a kind of modern-day Switzerland, a medieval New York with its 100 towers, a city of bankers and businessmen who even lent money to kings and queens. But we will also talk about Renaissance Florence, in which the best architects, engineers, artists and intellectuals were at home. And we certainly couldn't help but talk about the Medici Florence and its struggles for power up to the Republican-souled Florence. In short, we will take a trip back in time to tell you about the charm and beauty of a unique city in the world. Probably the first in the world for the concentration of masterpieces in such a limited space. The work is truly enormous. We hope step by step to be able to tell you about a Florence that many of you don't know and also delve deeper into the one that many think they know. Places, itineraries, legends, gastronomy, mysteries and curiosities of a city that has been the protagonist of Italian and European history for many centuries. Viva Fiorenza!